Hello, I am Johnny Lopez, senior editor at Queerty, and today we are talking with the one and only Jake Shears. Jake, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm great. I'm super happy. Sitting in a dressing room right now. Not very attractive dressing room, as you can see, and it's windowless. Uh, but yeah, no, I'm good. I'm stoked.
Yeah, you have a new album, Last Man Dancing, full of bangers, like euphoric dance album. Listeners, what's the one thing you would want them to get from the album, like general from, would you
It's
say?
just like a party in a box. I don't think I've ever made I've always made good time music. I've always made party music. It's always been sort of, what I do, but I think this record especially, it's sort of relentless. It doesn't let up. It just goes, and I'm yeah, it's in two halves. First half is like sort of all the really sort of pop songs, and the second half is a little bit more of a journey that sort of goes into sort of like a vortex that keeps like carrying you through it. It's a lot of sound design on it, and yeah, I'm immensely proud of it. I love it.
Do you find like dance and this kind of like was catharsis?
Writing music can really lift me personally out of certain things. If life's not exactly what I want it to be or whatnot, like writing songs sort of pulls me through that. And I think there's definitely some of that on here. I think there is with I remember, I used to be in love. The first original version of that I was writing right after lockdown, and I was writing it for potentially for Kylie's disco. That's what I originally like wrote that for. And it's changed. It changed a lot since then. But I remember I remember it was like during Pride season, and like, prides weren't happening, and it was so frustrating, and I was feeling so isolated. And I remember just that song sort of it was just burst out of me from that frustration.
You touched on a little bit on how the song was initially for Kylie's disco, and you guys collaborated again on voices. I know you guys are good friends and have worked together. What's something people may not know about Kylie that you could tell us? Is there
Oh my
anything?
God,
Queen Kylie.
something about Kylie that I can tell you. I mean, she's just a, I don't know. I think she's just a really normal, nice, beautiful person.
Right.
She's a big show. We're both big show ponies. We're both showgirls. That's one of the things we have in common. We love making music. We love performing. But everybody, we're all just people in the end, and she's just a beautiful person.
We're happy for her with the success of Padam.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for her with this song. It's so good. I love it. I love it. It's great. It's not too often these days when like, I don't know, it's just so nice when like everybody sort of was like, yes, jumping on,
Yeah.
really into it, especially with culture and music. We don't get enough of that anymore, I think. And it's amazing to see everybody get excited about something.
Absolutely. There should be a remix, Jake on the Padam remix with Kylie.
Oh my God. What would I do? I don't know if I could make it any better.
And then you also collaborate with Jane Fonda. Well, she has some spoken word sort of on
Monologue.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How did that come about?
We
Or
met
we
like
love
we met
it.
over 10 years ago and became friends. And I remember we met in New York. I went down to Atlanta and did like National Workout Day with her and Richard Simmons, like with like in front of like an arena full of like you know, people working out. It was
I
really fun. She
went
we
to the
met up.
old
She came to see Scissors in Paris. When we were both in Los Angeles, she was throwing these incredible house parties, monthly house parties that were amazing. Some of the coolest nights of my life were at Jane Fonda dance parties.
I
And they
love
were small. They were just like little things. It was so fun. Um, and yeah, I'd done this. I'd written this for like a little film project that I was working on with Luke Guilford, and she did this voiceover for me. And then when I was making the record, I was like, I need something like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to the raw takes. Pulled it out, assembled it, sent it to her. I was like, what do you think? And she said, have at it. She said, go for it.
Do you reflect on anything in the past of just like how like some of the hard, like with how hard it must have been, or just things you had to go through that now are just not even a question? Or
I think it's just like I was having so much fun and just like I just didn't care. And it was in certain ways, I do think that it was probably in many ways an easier time. In certain ways. I just think what we went through at that time, I can't imagine doing that now. And I think a lot of young artists, young queer artists, like it's a lot, with the technology, the way we communicate, with it's easy for haters to get in and with your head and like, right. Oh my God. I mean, we dealt with some hate mail, but it was literally mail. Do you know what I mean? Like now it's just like they're literally, you get that in your pocket. And, right. I have thought about this a lot recently. And I do think that it's, I think it's tough. And I commend all the queer artists that are living their selves and taking risks, and it's amazing to see, and I want it to continue.
Are there any of the new generation that you are particularly fond of?
I've become friends with and I love so much is Jake Wesley Rogers. He's actually came over to London right now, and we're getting to hang out at the moment, and he's coming to shows, and we hang out in New Orleans together, and like from the moment. Actually, someone set us up like just to meet each other, and we just got on. And I think he is a brilliant songwriter and an amazing performer, and it's an honor to be friends with him and know him.
Are there plans of touring the US? Or
yeah, there's a lot going on this next year, and I'm super excited about stuff that I've got up my sleeve. But yeah, I'm gonna be busy for like for a while.
Okay.
Busy for a while. But I cannot wait to come play the US. I'm dying. It's been a minute, and I'm so excited to come. It will happen.
And I know you get asked this all the time, but I have to ask, at Scissor Sisters, is that ever down the road, you think? Or
I would love it. I would love it. Listen, I would not be opposed. The difference between being solo and being Scissor Sisters is it's not entirely my decision. So, I would love it. I would love it. Yeah. Get the gang back together. I think it would make a lot of people happy.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more from us at Queerty, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.